Howdy everyone, and welcome to TF2LOADUP. It's been 7 years since I last done a video like this, and I'm finally glad I decided to pick it up again. The rules are simple. You suggest a weapon loadout, and I review it. So today we review the worst soldier loadout suggested by Maven and Z on Discord, with the rocket jumper, gunboats, and a half sandwichi. My god, is this real? Now, I have to apologise for the footage today that might not seem like normal gameplay, but when you're dealing with a whole heap of TF2 bots on the casual servers, yeah, I'm not going against that. So a lot of soldier mains know that rocket jumping is the primary core of a soldier main. The rocket jumper is a utility primary weapon that allows the player to learn the basics and advanced movement of everything in the name, rocket jumping and rocket surfing. The weapon gives 100% ammo reserves as well as deals no self-inflicted explosive damage and deals no damage. The rocket jumper is a fantastic tool to use when learning to rocket jump or surf, as the increased ammo capacity and no backblast damage allows you to learn more about the basics of the rocket jumper. And eventually, when you do get more confident, you can swap out to the standard rocket launcher for both offensive and self-benefit. A lot of people who decide to use the rocket jumper usually pair this with man threads and the market gardener, as it's one of the best combos for aerial strikes or even throwing someone completely off guard or losing their sight. If you decide to use this in MVM, just don't. It has no benefit. Increasing the damage is literally a 0% increase, so again, why? I had to make sure this was a thing, and yes, even at max level damage, you still deal 0 damage. Now, the gunboats is a passive item in the secondary slot, which provides negative 60% self-damage from rocket jumping, which, if you're starting off or feeling kamikaze-ish, then the reduction from your own rocket is a good little strategy. You do sacrifice a secondary weapon in the offensive or support role, but as I've said, if you're willing to throw a secondary away to allow more rocket jumps, it can be somewhat of a lifesaver. In MVM, again, why? It provides no benefits. Yeah, I'm already hating this. But something I'm not hating, and that's cashout.tf. Are you a bit puzzled in the TF2 training economy and don't know where to start? Or maybe you want to cash out and cash some of your backpacks safely and hassle-free. Head to cashout.tf to get an automated quote with their auto pricer, and it puts you in contact with one of their friendly and trustworthy buyers out there. So, what are you waiting for? Cash out your items on cashout.tf today. Now, as far as the half sandwichi goes, this melee weapon is okay. However, in the right hands, it actually is pretty good. The half sandwichi doesn't allow you to crit hit. However, on a kill, it will restore 50% of your base health, as well as the ability to overheal. This comes at a cost of Honor Bound, which, once seethed, deals 50 damage unless you get a kill. However, if you have less than 50 health, then you cannot seethe it, making you a very pinned down target. However, the unique function of this weapon comes from its haiku. Soldiers and demos can duel with katanas for a one-hit kill. Any user running this weapon unholstered will guarantee a one-hit kill, and this includes the Samurai Knights in MVM, which is a double-edged sword, as if they kill you, they'll overheal themselves. No pun intended. Which, speaking of MVM, this is surprisingly a good melee weapon for maybe 1 or 2 cases on Soldier, but this is more potent on Demo Man because Soldier can only get 2 upgrades, melee speed and health on kill. If you're a Demo Man and you're struggling to keep alive, then this is actually a perfect weapon. However, if you're running this with Soldier, then by all means, use it for the Samurai Knights, but don't use this weapon for anything else. In terms of this loadout altogether, it's horrible, pure and simple. Gunboats and the rocket jumper do no additional benefit, and as I said, you're better pairing this off with the man threads because you are able to stomp and deal damage. But this is where it gets interesting with the half sandwichi, as this can be used as a sort of okay pressure method. No, not really, it's pretty bad. And this is where I come to the issue with the half sandwichi and this loadout in general. If you suffer too much damage and don't have enough health to escape, the half sandwichi puts you in a predicament of either fight or just die. That's it. Running away isn't really the best option, as Soldier has the second lowest movement speed out of all the classes, so going up any other class, even Scouts, prove a huge issue. Most scenarios will end in certain death. Now, if you do secure a kill or have enough health for a retreat, you can pull out the rocket jumper to make a quick escape. Just make sure you have enough health, because most of these cases will either end up you dying from full damage or you getting shot out of the air with low health. Now in MVM, don't, because I used this and it was horrible. If you do intend to use this loadout, I would suggest maxing your resistances as well as your half sandwichi with a couple of crit canteens. The only plausible upgrades are your reload and magazine capacity. If your team misses a giant scout and you know how to rocket surf, you'll be able to outspeed a scout, applying a crit canteen and dealing with the giant scout in a few good hits. I would still not recommend this though. In my final conclusion, it is horrible. If you're going to be using this, it's purely built for hit and run, but use a market gardener and man threads for crying out loud. I'm going to be honest and say it was infuriating to use this loadout, but honestly, I kind of somewhat had fun using it when I actually did get a kill or two. But if you have any suggestions on the next loadout, then let me know. I'm XenoGenic, and I'll see you in the next episode of TF2 Load Up.